Some of us are still out here, as many of us are still fighting our protest-related cases and lawsuits. I'm also in a lawsuit because I was wrongfully arrested, given a boilerplate description, and wrongfully charged. And many of us felt like they were just pinning the donkey and giving us charges. So it really felt good to be acknowledged, to be heard, and all that gaslighting they've been doing to us, to have their boss's boss, the top of policing, acknowledge that Louisville has done us wrong for so long, because it wasn't just in 2020. We've been out here many times before for police abuse and police accountability. We know that it's been time for us to do something different. We know that we have a new administration that is proposing good reforms. We know we have Breonna Taylor's family who listed reforms in their lawsuits, but we also know what happens day to day, or what is supplied on the street level, doesn't match what you see in the press conferences or what in these briefings that you read about. We know that they tell you one thing and then they treat us another way. And so I thought it was important to come here, because we gather here in the middle of city government for a reason, to keep this fight right at the front of where it should be, right where a lot of the injustices happen, and right where we have to continue to hold feet to the fire. Now, consent decree is embarrassing for LMPD. No police department wants a consent decree. So those of you who feel like that wasn't enough, it is a step in the right direction. Justice comes in many forms, and the language of the unheard is what you saw right here at Injustice Square, is what you continue to see as people who say they're Breeway, people who say they're protesters and activists. We are standing up for what we believe in, and we got beat down for that. We've lost jobs, we've lost our home, we've been separated from our family. We still continue to live with that. We've lost elections, right? So it's important that we continue to do this work together, and I want to share the mic with some people who continue to do this work in different ways. I want to start with Dove, because it was mentioned about having trained professionals or having trauma responses so that police can focus on solving the murders and crimes. But we need trained professionals. And as we just had an incident where young people were accosted at a garage in a community in the West End, and they were shot. 3 of them were shot as a result. And even though they talked about their new reform of keeping their trigger finger above the trigger, it did not stop them from being shot. And so we know that LMPD, we believe, needs a whole complete overhaul, but a consent decree is a step in the right direction to start dealing with that. So I want to introduce Kalila Collins with the Dove delegates.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kalila Collins, Khalilah, Collins, Collins. I am the director of Dove Delegates, and Dove Delegates is a call to action to reimagine community safety that came out of the protests in 2020. And so we are looking at building community-level responses to ensure community safety. And we have a statement that we've prepared for today in response to the DOJ findings. Today, the DOJ released its report from the investigation into Louisville Metro Police and Louisville Metro government. The report only confirmed what residents, protesters, activists have been saying for at least the last 3 years and longer. The report is filled with many violations and entered 36 recommendations to reform and improve LMPD. But let me be clear, Dove does not believe that reform is the solution. But since this is where we are in this moment, here are Dove's recommendations. 1, do not use this opportunity to give LMPD more money. Several recommendations were made to potentially implement things that have not been existed before. In effort to show good faith, now is the time for Louisville Metro government and LMPD to be creative and innovative in how they utilize current funds. This is an opportunity for the city and LMPD to show that they are good stewards of residents' tax dollars and respectful of the residents' needs and wishes. Number 2, give 100% to these recommendations. Louisville Metro government and LMPD both need to take these recommendations seriously and work towards actually doing what they call for. Now's not the time to be hurriedly checking boxes and to give lip service. Historically, bare minimum efforts at best have been given. Now is the time to stand in integrity and do what is truly needed. 3, Improve transparency. There needs to be an intentional effort to create a mechanism that allows for the residents of Louisville to know what is going on within the department, progress on these reforms made, and etc. That means that the current attempt at transparency, like the LMPD dashboard on their website, needs to be overhauled, updated, and made available for everyone to understand what's happening. Improving transparency also means that you do not wait days and hours to inform public of shootings, police-involved shootings or events. It means that you release body cam footage immediately and without edits and commentary. 4. Engage residents. The findings of the DOJ investigation confirm the long-ignored outcry of the community. To rectify these violations of our civil rights and our humanity, the community does not need to be fully represented at every table where decisions regarding reform and accountability are made. They need to lead these conversations, have full voting power, and how changes implemented, monitored, and sustained. Louisville Metro government and LMPD have proven that if left to their own devices, things do not change. The first step towards transparency and truly engaging residents is the opening of LMPD contract negotiations and the search for a new police chief. And 5, accountability and acknowledgement. With all due respect, the mayor needs to stop conflating issues. The purpose of this consent decree is not to address violent crime, but rather the violence perpetrated on the citizens of this city by its police department and metro government. Many of the highest ranking officials in this administration were in key leadership roles with Louisville citizens where they were subjected to the abuse of the hands of LMPD. These findings come as no shock to them. We ask that they too be held accountable for their actions and inactions. Louisville's at a pivotal moment in what is soon to be its history. This city can be great. Its people, though long silenced, suppressed, and ignored, are indeed great. Let's take this opportunity and make sure that when the story is written, it reflects that everyone did their best to ensure that our most vulnerable were cared for, which ensures that everyone is cared for. Let's take this opportunity to be the model of what community safety could and should be. We do not have to fall back on what we've always done. We can actually just do what's right and just. Thank you.
All right. We'll have 2 more speakers and then we'll answer your questions so you all can go to the next one. Chris?
You want to answer the question?
No, I mean, you just
Okay.
say it.
Okay. I'm Chris Will, president of Firm Initiative. That's CHRISWILL. Let's be real. We're tired of the word transparency at this point. We need results. We need things that are going to be effective. The mayor just got here. I feel like he inherited like a big house from like a great-great-grandfather that he didn't want. It had spider webs on it everywhere. And he has to come out and fix this and stand up to Louisville Metro Police Department and the FOP because that's their protection. If you're not going to stand up for the citizens, you don't need to be the mayor because the DOJ's findings didn't say some of Louisville Metro government, some of LMPD. They said Louisville Metro government and Louisville Metro Police Department. So if they're telling us that you guys are guilty and then they said there's a pattern, that means a pattern means it's something that you do every day. This consistent behavior. And as a citizen that has been on both sides of it, I'm tired of it. And I know I speak for a lot of black men, especially, and black women, and black children at this point. We're sick and tired of the word transparency. We just need you guys to do the job title that pertains to your job title and do it correct. You guys need to police correctly without killing somebody or maiming someone. How do you maim a child trying to de-escalate a situation? That's crazy. How do you watch protesters get beat, assaulted with deadly weapons for 3 years almost? And then they drop a paper saying that they assaulted you guys for almost 3 years. We already know that. We're tired of hearing things that we already know. Are you guys going to arrest the cops that did what they did to Breonna Taylor? That's the question. It's simple. We don't want to hear it. We can't answer because it's an ongoing investigation. We see that on the news every day. I feel like the city doesn't get behind things that are simple to do.
Simple.
They make things hard. It's not hard to do the right thing. It's not hard to tell the truth. It's not. The truth set all of us free. Some people gonna be mad. Some people gonna be at ease. But these are things that need to be done. We don't need backdoor dealings and backdoor agendas to keep people in office or to not piss off a certain side of voters or whatever. We don't need all of that.
That's right.
Louisville, without the protests, we wouldn't even be here right now.
That's right. Say it, Chris.
A lot of us put our bodies on the line. A lot of us almost got murdered. Most of our people out here, exactly.
Yeah.
Some of us did get murdered. A lot of us are still dealing with effects from protesting. My vision is better, like worser, whatever you want to say. Like it's a lot of us that are dealing PTSD. There's a lot of stuff that you guys don't know. I hear a loud sound, I'm discombobulated. But these things don't matter to people that wasn't out here. We had people in Russia, Germany, Africa, South America yelling Breeway, yelling Breonna Taylor's name. This is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
And I'm tired of everything getting decompartmentalized to something minor. Like they put 3 years of protesting on a sign. That's crazy. Like everything that is a problem needs to be magnified and that problem needs to get taken care of. It's not hard. If we got to do the work for you and bulletin all these things for you and be in your face every day, that's what we will do because we're uncomfortable. The DOJ literally said that black people are disproportionately targeted. Yep. Black people. They didn't say white people. They didn't say Mexicans. They didn't say Asians. They didn't say none of that. They said black people. Help! Like what else what if the DOJ doesn't do anything criminal, who's our next person that we go to above them?
That's
the
right.
president?
That's right. Thank you.
God?
Let Cortez there, you can answer some questions. Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead. Answer.
All right. How about give some subpoena power to the IG?
Start there.
How about I sat in that meeting when he said he's giving $15 million to invest in the police, then sit there and say they release videos within 24 hours, which we never seen. With our own 2 eyes, no one out here seen them release any videos, body cams within 24 hours. That's not highly edited. So when we talk about transparency, this new mayor do not want it. So only thing we are seeing them put a band-aid over something that needs staples. This is unacceptable. But we sit here and say we won't change. But guess what? My kids can't even wear the hair that they want to.
Oh,
so once you realize that as descendants of slaves, we are not free.
That's right.
When we got to sit here and beg for a bill to save our lives, they are targeting black people. Where's our bill?
That's right.
Where's our bill? We don't have one because no one cares about us but us. So reparations,
Right.
our heritage,
Right.
give it to us so we can take care of us.
Yeah. That's right. Thank you.
Say her name.
Breonna
Taylor.
Taylor. We'll end with you, Cortez.
Say her name.
Breonna Taylor.
Say her name.
Breonna Taylor.
Say her name.
Breonna Taylor.
Peace and love. My name is Cortez Rice, Cortezrice, 33 from Minneapolis, Minnesota, civil rights activist and the father of Jamari Rice, who was murdered at school February 1st, 2022. What we have seen, heard, and witnessed today is a step towards some type of accountability for some type of actions on behalf of black and brown bodies. We still have work to do. Don't let this get you, don't let this twist you up, or don't be misconstrued by the wordplay that they're saying. We have work to do. So yeah, we have to continue to stand out here, continue to march, continue to say our loved ones' names, and to continue the life and legacy of our people, because it's injustice that's happening across the nation. DOJ need to step in across the nation and help out these families. We need justice for all stolen lives and reopen all cases. So yeah, we will be in Washington, D.C., come September at the DOJ office, demanding accountability for all families who have been impacted by police brutality, gun violence, and or racism, because it's all wrapped up in one.
That's right.
We the people demand this now. We're done playing with the government. There's been wrongdoings obviously have been found on the city of Louisville, the government of Louisville, and the LMPD police department. Let's hold fire to them. Let's hold these people accountable. And what justice will really look like, I don't think anybody said it, is what Breonna Taylor being here and all these families who have been impacted, for protesters and activists to not have been subjectively to being harmed and violated, their rights being violated, First and Fourth Amendment rights being violated out here while peacefully protesting, standing up for what's right. Right is right, wrong is wrong at the end of the day. So yeah, with the findings of what the DOJ have found today, or have been seeing, but they haven't said anything, and now they're saying something. It's a step. It's a step towards what we demand as the people. All power to the people.
All power to the people. Thank you. All right, Cheyenne, and then ask your questions.
Sorry, I'm going to be quick. My name is Cheyenne Oswella. I'm CEO of Ex-Hate Ministries and a community activist. First off, I'm extremely overwhelmed with the findings of the DOJ today and the grave detail they went into. I wasn't expecting it to be as bad as it was, but it's overwhelming because we've been called crazy, dramatic, criminals, thugs, those crazy protesters, those rioters for years, to hear that exactly what we were saying was true. Next.
Hey, fucking man!
You cannot reform racism. So my question to the city and to LMPD is, what's next? Officers need to be fired.
Indeed.
There are officers that need to be charged. We could start with Aaron Ambers, who beat a man holding a cross on 6th and Jefferson. Corey Galloway, who has a history of excessive force. And those are not the only officers. Those are just the ones that come to mind. So next, we need to see officers fired and charged. And like I said, I have more to say, but I'm going to keep it short. That's what we need.
Fist up,
Drop the protester charges.
Drop the charges.
We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to win.
We have a duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to fight for our freedom.
We have a duty to win.
We have a duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
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 Say your name.
Breonna Taylor.
All right. Any questions?
Can you recognize some of the protesters who are not with us today, who deserve to be mentioned and whose names should be said?
You want to do that, Sean?
That's not her.
That we lost.
That was another thing I was thinking heavily about today, is that I wish that Travis Najdi and Chris Wells and Chris Rock and Tyler Girth were all here today to hear this and know that what we were fighting for was reasonable. David McAtee, Scooter,
Tony.
Tony, too many names. There's too many names. But I wish that they were here, because I know that this struggle and this fight was a result of a lot of these deaths. So, yeah.
We know there's a 3 o'clock at Sam Aguilar's office with Ms. Palmer. So if you all don't have any questions, thank you for coming.
I have a question, Shamika.
Okay.
Will you take the mic?
Yes, I'll take the mic.
What's next for you, Mayor of Freeway?
You know,
Get her in office.
right now I'm trying to grow the work of Vocal Kentucky across the state and stay here and show up for my people when we need to show up. We know that our work won't end. Today's announcement is just like when we didn't get the charges before when they failed to indict the officers. It was the next level of our protest. Us continuing to do this work is the next level of our protest. We have great, amazing pro bono attorneys right there, Courtney Kellner, attorney Ted Schaus, who are still working with protesters and fighting cases. This hasn't stopped for many of us. Like they said, they're still dealing with the after effects. So I'm trying to continue to be there for them in every way. Thank you for that.
Freeway.
Freeway!
Freeway.
Freeway!
Freeway.
Freeway!
Or hit the motherfucking freeway. Hit the freeway.
We got arrested together.
All right, y'all. Live here at Freeway, Injustice Square, 6th Jefferson, downtown Louisville, where the majority of the protests happened in 2020. Breonna Taylor uprising. Activists just expressed concerns following the announcement of the findings by the DOJ in reference to the LMPD. We're going to be live with another press conference, Sam Aguiar, and I believe Tamika Palmer here shortly. So stay tuned, stay strong, stay safe.